Feuds that separate us. Which Coke's better? Coca-Cola, Pepsi? What team were you on? Team Jacob, Team Edward? Or what about the classic one? Are you a cat person? Are you a dog person? Now, based on a statistic from the Harrison Interactive, of all pets owned by Americans in 2015, 49% were cats. While dogs were 71%, which could be surprising to some cat owners. Now, me, myself, I'm part of that 49%. I have been a cat owner my entire life, since the day I was born up till my early years in high school. Cats, they're cute. They're playful. They're fun to be around from time to time, especially when they're kittens. But when they get older, they become more lazy, more isolated from yourself, and they can be mean from time to time. Yep. And mischievous, like is in this case, just knocking down random glasses off the table. Yep. Now, I've always wondered, how exactly did we get domestic cats here in the United States? And what are their origins? Well, after extensive research I have done over the past week, I have found out where exactly they came from, how exactly they've been represented in different cultures, how exactly they were used, and how exactly they connect back to their predatory ancestors, the lion. Now, a lot of people like to say domestication started in Egypt, but they're wrong. It actually started over 100,000 years ago back in Mesopotamia, the Fertile Crescent between the Euphrates and the Tigris River. Along with dogs, sheep, and goats, cats were first domesticated, generally just used to control pests. Then, let's go to Egypt. In Egypt, cats were worshipped and devoted like a god. They even had their own branch of government dedicated to people rescuing cats that had been exported illegally out of Egypt. And if you killed a cat in Egypt, you're also dead. If there was a fire and you had to save one thing in your house first, not your wife, not your children, not your prized possessions, but your cat, that was the first one you had to save. Now, across the globe, cats have had a lot of different depictions. In Persia, they were thought to be created magically, based on a magician just pulling one out of thin air. In China, there was a goddess that was seen as a cat. And cats were first brought down in order to create the world, as by the gods. But we're too lazy, so God created human, and the cats were just there to keep order and maintain the time. In Japan, as shown here, you had the beckoning cat, a goddess of mercy and good luck. I even have one on my desk back in my dorm, just for good luck for here. Now, what about when cats first came to the United States? They didn't come till around 1749 in order to control the mice and rat population we had here. Now, a lot of people like to say they were just there to control the mice. But based on this documentary I watched in Netflix called The Lion in Your Living Room, cats weren't exactly domesticated by humans initially. They were led on to civilization because of all the human waste we had. And humans were giving them a place to a shelter and a place to live, and gave them the bare necessities. So in a way, cats domesticated humans and took advantage of whatever they had. We just saw it as them just taking care of pets. Now, cats alone cannot all control pests. Based on a study I found by the Department of Biological Sciences, dogs along with cats are more likely to control a wider range of predatory pests, or multiple pests. So you also need dogs and cats if you want to control a wide number of pests. And unlike dogs, cats like a lot of space, and aren't really attached to their owners, as shown by the Animal Behavior Cognition and Welfare Group. Cats were more likely to just stay away from their owner, unless they were giving them the bare necessities and food. Now, where does this all come together in terms of their lineage? Well, cats, they all come from the feline family, but more specifically, they came from the Felis silvestris libica, a cat found in the Middle East, around Mesopotamia and Egypt. And from there, it became the Felis silvestris, found normally in Europe as a wild cat, and then the domesticated cat, Felis silvestris cactus. Now, it went from Middle East, Egypt, and then ships distributed cats across the globe. They originated from this solitary cat and act better when in open space, as shown by the Department of Animal, Environmental, and Health. Now, they do need a meat-based diet because they are predators by heart and aren't afraid to bring home that pigeon or rat to show off their kills. Now, cats, they've come a long way. They've come across the globe. They come from places in the Middle East to East Asia and all the way back home. They were used as an agricultural tool, to a god, and now to a household pet. They're a natural-born predator and aren't afraid to show their fangs or claws from time to time. And each culture has a different representation of what a cat is to them. Now, that might have been a mountain full of information, but I know it's perfect to share to each and every one of you.